Good evening, gamers. Straw Hat Bunny, or formerly known as a Cringe Narcissist. Today, I'd like to talk to you about something very interesting. Tunneling. Now, obviously, this topic has been beaten to death at this point. I mean, quite frankly, it's insane that there's still content to make about it, but I suppose there is, so let's just get right into it, shall we? Tunneling, tunneling, tunneling. How do we get rid of something that, quite frankly, is probably here to stay? I think that we don't. Or we stop caring. Because there are two schools of thought on tunneling. Some people hate it, and some people just don't care. And I think that getting angry about it and, putting that much energy into it is, number one, not good for the community, and number two, it's not good for you. You're not having fun if you're constantly complaining or constantly being upset. Heck, if you're a content creator, your community's probably not having fun if you're just constantly complaining. I mean, this is something I'm guilty of too. I complain a lot. But, I always try to, calm myself down and, keep a little funny on top there, do a little funny. But I'd kind of like to share a few ways that, number one, I learned how to deal with getting angry. I used to be a real raging gamer, as the kids used to say. I got real upset. But as I got older, it got easier to regulate my emotions, thanks to Zoloft. Thank you, Zoloft. Thank you, getting drugged up. But also, I learned a couple of, neat tips and tricks I would like to share with y'all here today because, the Dead by Daily community might need a few of these. Now, first one, and this is the one that everyone tells you, okay? And this is the cliche one I want to get out of the way so that people can, at least, get this one. All right, and it's just a game, okay? Listen, you're going to play 1,000 more matches, right? You are going to play 100,000 more matches, especially if you're addicted to Dead by Daylight. I mean, heck, you'll probably play 10 more matches that day, and you won't even remember the specifics of that match in even a couple of days. I don't even remember how many matches I played, like, yesterday. I just don't remember anything. I don't remember anything. I remember what killer I played, like, twice, but that's it. And understanding the fleeting moments of Dead by Daylight are a good way of doing it. The second way, and this way is, again, a very, I don't know, cliche, way of doing it is, go into the match with a goal of improving or, trying to do some dumb combo. That is a really good way, of trying to, keep yourself, at a very constant, like, calm level. I've seen stuff like, going to the match with, okay, I want to get, like, this mind game, or I want to get, like, maybe you're playing Nurse, I want to get this kind of blink reset, or, I want to get this kind of jump, or I will learn how to counter this specific method of playing. And that way, you're focused less on winning and more on trying to get your own thing done, so it hurts less, even if you lose. And the final thing, the cliche advice that I have to give, is obviously, and this is what I wish was kind of told to me when I started, is, it doesn't matter how upset you are, there's nothing you can do. Like, it doesn't matter what you complain about, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like, you can cry, you can scream, you can, you can do anything, but you cannot fix what's happening, right? You cannot do anything. It's completely out of your control. And for me, personally, having things out of my control, that's nice to me. It's calming. It's comforting. I know that it's not something for a lot of people, but for me personally, I like that. Now, I want to get into my new advice. The advice that is really, this is the stuff that I have sort of distilled from my own, getting rid of my gamer rage days, as the kids say. So number one, and this is so important. This is so important. Other people find it kind of cringe when you get angry. All right, other people find it cringe. Okay, now I am someone who doesn't care a lot what people think. All right, I go out in public every day. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing a bat t-shirt and fucking pajama shorts. Look at me. All right, I went to the store in this today. I went grocery shopping in this. I don't give a shit what other people think about me. All right, I just don't care. But somehow, when it comes to video games, I do. So if you care what other people think about you, just think other people are looking at you like, what are you doing? They're a little cringed out. You kind of look like a child or like someone who really cannot regulate their emotions well. And that doesn't reflect well on you. And on top of that, people feel uncomfortable when someone else is upset. And obviously, you can feed into that, be like, yeah, I also hate, this camping strategy, or I also hate it when survivors, do this or whatever. But I think that the main thing is to remember that other people don't like to watch people get mad. Like, a lot of people just don't. And of course, there are those kind of people who get mad and, like, rip off their shirt and it's real funny, like Tyler One. Like, he knows how to do it, but you know it's like kind of like an inside joke, kind of. And so that's something, you kind of like to avoid. Presenting yourself, that's something that really, really, really helped me. Just thinking about, like, other people, other people can see this. That helps me, calm myself down. The second thing is that if you get angry, they win, right? Because if someone is purposefully trying to make you upset, like, let's say they're face camping you and hitting you on hook, or they're doing something, or they're clicking their flashlight or something, if you get angry, they win, right? And if you just show no reaction at all, well, that's a fucking useless-ass TikTok clip, isn't it? You fucking ruined their TikTok clip. Now they're gonna go play a new game. Ooh. And for you, that might not be a big deal, but for them, maybe they're a little angry. This is your revenge. This is your little act of rebellion. Definitely do this. It's funny as hell. I remember I lost a game and I went to go watch the VOD back. This was a couple months ago because I'm a little bit of a narcissist. Okay, I like to watch myself play. All right, I might be a cringe narcissist. And I watch the game back, and I look at that, and I say, oh my good god. This guy is getting angry because I'm not getting angry. Like, he was watching my stream back afterwards, and I wasn't getting upset. I was just kind of, messing around, talking to, like, my 2 viewers in chat. It's pretty fun. And he was getting upset that I wasn't mad. I wasn't even remotely miffed. And I was a little frustrated, of course. I mean, I'm only human, but, there you go. And the final thing, and this is my final tip, and I know that this may be difficult for some other people, but my mom used to tell me this. She's shout out to my mom. She's a real cool lady. My mom probably knows more about Dead by Daylight than like half of you guys. I am a very lonely person, so I talk to my mom a lot. All right, I have a girlfriend. I do. And I talk to her a lot, but she doesn't like to talk about video games. Well, she does, but I used to talk to my mom before I met my girlfriend, so I've known my mom a lot longer. And during the pandemic, especially, my brother was in college. He was doing his little graduate degree or graduate school, whatever it's called. My dad was at work. I was just at home with my mom, and we'd eat lunch together, and I'd tell her about my Dead by Daylight stuff. That is one good way. Tell someone else who doesn't understand the game as much as you do. Tell them, and it will like kind of force a new perspective onto it in your mind. That's a good way of doing it. That is a really good way of forcing a new perspective. That's not the point of the story, but that's a good way. Anyways, she used to say, well, if the game makes you angry, that sounds like an abusive relationship. Because, you keep coming back to that game, and it keeps making you upset. And then, every once in a while, you have a real good time. But you're still getting upset. And she's like, if a game does that to you, you can't play it. Like, you shouldn't do that. It's not, well, number one, getting angry isn't good for your heart. There's been some studies shown that being angry all the time, it can increase your risk of heart disease and stuff. And I'm sure that it's more like for people who are chronically angry, but you know what I mean. I mean, you want to keep your body healthy. So that's just one more thing. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks everyone so much for listening to me ramble about Dead by Daylight and how to deal with tilt. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Bye bye.